Welcome back to the news at 6. The United States still scrambling to evacuate Americans as the Taliban tightens control in Afghanistan. In the past 24 hours, roughly 2,000 Americans, NATO personnel, and Afghans have been flown out of Kabul, but tens of thousands are still desperately trying to flee. While the Taliban has insisted they will respect human rights, many Afghans say they're skeptical, though there's been no opposition from those there to the takeover. Some of those Afghanis who fled the country will end up right here in Texas.
We're joined now by Ashley Faye, Development Director with Refugee Services of Texas. Ashley, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Now, when did you get word that you would be needed to help settle these Afghanis here in Austin and Central Texas?
Yeah, so we didn't get much warning. Usually when it's a refugee family, we get about 2 weeks, and that allows us enough time to gather volunteers and set up the apartment and gather all the basic necessities. And now we're getting maybe 5 hours that a family is coming. And so we have a massive amount of staff and volunteers just ready to pitch in, and we're using hotels as emergency placements at times. But yeah, we're just trying to move as quick as we can.
So how many of those refugees are actually going to settle here in Austin and in Texas?
Well, it's hard to say. The initial wave, and this changes all the time, it continues to increase, is 324 in Texas. And in Austin, I think that was about 100, I had the exact number, 107, and that's just the initial wave. And as far as whether they stay here, usually they're placed here on the basis of a family tie, so maybe they already know someone that lives here, or just because of the large Afghan community that's been established.
So tell us how this process works. What happens after the refugees actually come to America?
So when they actually get here, an agency like RST picks them up at the airport. We take them to a newly furnished apartment that we've worked together with volunteers to put together and decorate. They receive all their basic necessities, clothing, food, things like that. And then case management starts right away. So they're assigned a case manager that they have for around 6 months. And that person helps enroll the kids in school, helps them find a doctor, just all those mundane things that we all need to do. We have a job placement program, and so we place them in jobs as soon as possible. Their ultimate goal is to reach self-sufficiency as quickly as possible, and our goal is to help them do that. So we have the jobs program, we have a legal and immigration services program, an English program, and so the list kind of goes on. There's really comprehensive services here at RST.
Ashley Faye with Refugee Services of Texas, thank you so much for being with us today. We appreciate it very much.